Hello, friends. Today I am going to tell you a horror story based on a real-life incident. This story happened in a small village where people still fear going out after sunset. Even today, no one has been able to explain what really happened in those fields. So let's begin. This story is from a quiet village surrounded by dense forest and empty farmland. The villagers had one strict rule: after dark, no one goes near the fields, especially if they see a lantern. A 17-year-old boy named Arav had just returned to the village after his mother passed away. He was broken, emotionally lost, and had nowhere else to go except his grandmother's house. On his first night, his grandmother warned him very seriously. If you hear someone calling your name from the fields, even if it sounds like someone you love, don't answer. Arav didn't take it seriously. He thought it was just an old village superstition. But that night, everything changed. Around midnight, Arav suddenly woke up. He felt something strange, a heavy silence in the air. No insects, no wind, nothing. Then he noticed a faint light coming from outside his window. When he looked out, he saw a lantern, floating, right in the middle of the field. There was no one holding it. Just a dim yellow light, slowly flickering in the darkness. And then he heard it. Arav. It was his mother's voice. Soft, emotional, exactly the same. His heart started racing, his eyes filled with tears. Again, the voice called him. Arav, come to me, I'm cold. Without thinking, he stepped outside. The lantern slowly moved backward, as if it was guiding him. And Arav followed it. Step by step, deeper into the field. The air became colder. The silence grew heavier. It felt like the entire world had stopped. The voice continued. Why did you leave me, Arav? He whispered, Ma, is that really you? Just as he was about to get closer, suddenly, someone grabbed him hard from behind. It was his grandmother. Her hands were shaking. Her face was pale. She shouted, Don't look at it. She forced him to look down at the ground and dragged him back. At that exact moment, the voice changed. From soft and loving to something broken, distorted, terrifying. He was mine. That night, Arav couldn't sleep. The next day, his grandmother finally told him the truth. Years ago, a woman named Sita lived in the village. She lost her only son during a freezing winter. The loss destroyed her. Every night, she would walk into the fields carrying a lantern, calling her son's name again and again. One night, she never came back. But the lantern did. Since then, every few years, someone hears a familiar voice at night. Someone follows the lantern. And by morning, they are gone. No body, no signs, only footprints leading into the field and suddenly stopping. Arav was terrified, but he promised himself he would ignore it. The next night, he stayed inside. He covered his ears. He tried to sleep. But around 2 a.m., he heard something that froze his blood. The voice wasn't outside this time. It was inside his room. Slowly, he opened his eyes. And in the corner of his room, there was a lantern, glowing. Right beside it stood a woman. Her face was half burnt. Her eyes were hollow. Her body looked dry and cracked like dead earth. And in her arms, she was holding something invisible, as if she still believed her child was there. She looked directly at Arav and whispered, You came back for me, didn't you? Arav couldn't move. He couldn't scream. His body felt frozen. The next morning, the villagers found Arav standing in the middle of the field, holding a lantern, completely silent. When his grandmother ran to him and cried, he slowly turned his head. And in a voice that didn't belong to him, he said, Don't worry, I won't be alone anymore. From that night on, 2 lanterns were seen in the field. Thanks for listening to this story. If you enjoy real-life horror stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have experienced something strange or paranormal in real life, You can share your story with us. Maybe your story will appear in the next video.